President Bola Tinubu inaugurates renovated International Conference Center after return from Salah holiday. Ministry of Art, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy secures about $300 million funding for infrastructure development. Kogi State Government reaffirms commitment to combating crime, warns against politicizing insecurity. Hello and welcome to the News Desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Broadcasting live from Abuja, I am Stella Inameti. The newly renovated and now named Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center has been inaugurated with a call on potential users of the edifice to be ready to pay for proper sustainability. The president stated this during the official inauguration of the project, shortly after his return from Salah holiday in Lagos. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike says the rehabilitation work was completed within 18 months, giving the entire conference a facelift as obtainable in other developed climes. The president commended the minister, describing him as a transformational leader that is changing the narratives on infrastructure development in the FCT.
Structure across the key sectors of this country: transportation, healthcare, education, energy, and urban development. Because you understand that modern infrastructure is the backbone of a thriving economy and an inclusive and progressive society. The International Conference Center is part of our country's larger vision to become a hub for regional diplomacy, continental trade discussions, global partnership, and many more.
The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, no doubt, is a giant leap towards massive and eco-friendly infrastructure development in the country. When completed, the highway and other road constructions going on in the country will add to the country GDP. Bolaji Akim in this report takes a look at the merits of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road. Okay, that report will come subsequently. In a major boost to revitalize Nigeria's creative economy, the Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Anatu Musawa, says the ministry has secured a $200 million funding from Afrexim Bank and another 100 million euros for infrastructure development. Ekemini Williams has details.
Of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy has unveiled a comprehensive plan to revitalize the country's creative industry and cultural sector. The initiative aims to drive economic growth, promote Nigeria's cultural identity, and create global visibility. Speaking on the program, the minister said a key aspect of this effort is benchmarking against countries that have successfully leveraged culture and creativity to boost their economies.
So I will always point to South Korea, that have been able to completely change the narrative about who they are and to inject their forms of expression through the creative industry. So what we did was a deep dive into some of these countries with the BCG. They did a fantastic report for us, and we now brought that into Nigeria and we localized it. Creative hubs that I spoke about, the cultural city, the creative and cultural city, which Mr. President announced at the beginning of the year. He's going to we're going to deliver creative and cultural cities to every single state. Some states have already started the Creative and Cultural City.
To support the growth of the creative industry, the ministry has introduced new policies, including a robust intellectual property policy, development of Abuja Museum located in the Moshood Abiola National Stadium.
In the states, in the Moshood Abiola Arena, that's where the location is. Because we have found, and we're working together with the Sports Commission, we have found a fantastic plot of land in addition to the Abuja Creative City. So we have been able to get funding from Afrexim Bank. $200 million we have raised for Afrexim Bank. We have already started the process of application. We have called out for creatives to apply. We already have a number of applications. That was done on the 1st of June. And hopefully the funding will go straight into the creators. We've been able to raise €100 million to go into this infrastructure.
The Governors Forum, because really in Nigeria, the economy is the subnationals, right? It's the states. That's where things are actually happening. And if you enter the states, every state in Nigeria can probably make $1 billion a year from their assets that sit in their states, whether it's the waterfalls, whether it's the tourist sites, whether it's the heritage sites, whether it's the talent that's sitting in town. But you have to find the processes to unlock these things.
The ministry's efforts are expected to have a profound impact on Nigeria's economic development, promoting cultural identity and supporting the growth of the creative industry. As the implementation phase begins, stakeholders are eagerly anticipating the positive changes these initiatives will bring. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
As part of its commitment to support the internally displaced persons and provide them with lifelong skills, the Spanish Embassy, in collaboration with the Skilled Women Initiative and National Commission for Refugees and Internally Displaced Persons, organized a week photography workshop for some of the youngsters in one of the IDP camps in Abuja. Frama Pani reports.
These pictures adorning the walls are the creative work of 14 brilliant youngsters who were opportuned to be part of the one-week photography seminar with the theme Dreams and Me, Stories Told Through Photography. Organizers of this workshop believe acquiring new skills will not only help these young Nigerians overcome material hardship, but emotional hardship, especially as the circumstances of life has led them to be living in camps as internally displaced persons.
We like to support sustainable projects, especially those that can have a positive impact on the Nigerian creative sector in all its forms and expressions.
Yes, we have 6 strategic pillars. One of it is a Skills to Wealth initiative. So wherever we find a reason to collaborate with any organizations in the area of skill acquisition, training, vocational and craft enhancement, we quickly rush to pick that.
We're not just talking about training this time around, we're taking it a step further. We're getting into mentorship, we're getting into providing equipment for these young people to start up their businesses.
We encourage art therapy for young children because the young girls that we are teaching are coming from difficult childhoods and have migrated because of conflict.
For the future leaders, the training, which saw national and international photography professionals mentored and trained them, was a dream come true, they say. The training has helped in harnessing the talents they didn't know they have.
Being into this photography is a privilege to me because I never expected it at how my background comes. But as it comes like this, I appreciate it.
I love photography when we started doing it, so I felt so liked it and I felt like I want to be this photography, so I felt like I wanted to be a photographer.
Some professional photographers who were impressed at the works of the exhibitors invited them to be interns to help drive their dreams and passions. Frama Pani, NTA News.
Kogi State Government has reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to combating insecurity and called on citizens, media stakeholders and political actors to avoid spreading fear or politicizing the state's security challenges. A statement by the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Femi Fanwo in Lokoja, states that the government is quietly but effectively recording progress in its fight against criminal elements, particularly kidnappers, within the state through well-planned strategies and deep institutional engagements aimed at ensuring the safety and well-being of every Kogi citizen. While sympathizing with families affected by recent attacks, the government stressed that such incidents should not be used to spread misinformation or panic. The government also condemned what it described as the politicization of insecurity by certain desperate politicians, warning that such behavior undermines collective fight against crime. It says credible intelligence indicates that the rise in security threats in parts of Kogi is linked to regional shifts, especially as intensified security operations in the northeast and northwest have forced criminal elements to migrate towards the north central, including Kogi. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has been conferred with another chieftaincy title from Igbo land, this time as the Ugosimba I of Enugu. The recognition, which acknowledges her as a jewel of women empowerment, was conferred on her by the chairman, Enugu State Traditional Rulers Council, His Royal Highness Igwe Samuel Asadu. State House correspondent Adeni Itaiwo reports that the conferment ceremony precedes the launch of the Free to Shine triple elimination campaign for the Southeast Zone in the state.
There, appreciation found ample expression in tradition as Enugu State Traditional Rulers Council conferred a chieftaincy title of Ugosimba I of Enugu on Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu. Their title, which recognizes her as jewel of women empowerment, is another toast to the First Lady's interventions and impact on the lives of women and the less privileged.
As Igwe Samuel, His Majesty Igwe Samuel Ikechukwu Asadu is mandated to recognize all this, because we can only recognize you when you are alive. We don't want to say this when you are not here. So on behalf of my brothers here, my fellow kings, we want to thank you and thank our father. Send this message to him that we thank him. That, like I said, there's no vacancy in Asorok, just like there's no vacancy in the Lion Building here.
The First Lady received the honor with smile, pride, and a new sense of commitment to the development of Nigeria.
I thank you, and this moment will remain special in my heart, and I will always remember your people for the honor you've done me.
From the ceremony, the First Lady joined critical stakeholders in and around the health sector to flag off the Free to Shine triple elimination campaign for the Southeast Zone.
The goal of this campaign is to address the growing complacency in the response to the spread of HIV/AIDS in Africa. The Free to Shine campaign seeks to significantly reduce new HIV infections among women of reproductive age, prevent mother-to-child transmission, which is the vertical transmission, and ensure that every child born with HIV receives the necessary treatment and support to thrive.
I have to share experience termed my travel of living with HIV.
As survivors unpack their testimonies and brandish their victory against HIV/AIDS, the message of hope renewed against the menace of HIV/AIDS, syphilis, and hepatitis is clear. But so is the need for more resource mobilization and collaboration.
I believe with the concerted efforts of all stakeholders here present, especially as State First Ladies, who will help disseminate this message in their various states. This deadline can be attained by the grace of God, and I rely on you all to do the needful. Please, I'm going to repeat this again. I want to see your billboard in every state with your picture there, encouraging people to get tested and to get treatment.
This is not just a medical goal, it is a moral one, because these diseases are preventable and our people deserve to live free of them.
In the 2025 budget, adequate protective provision has been made to ensure that we do not have any gap in the supply of ART drugs, reagents for testing, and other essential inputs.
Since its maiden launch in January this year, the Free to Shine triple elimination campaign has gone around the country, drawing support and building coalition against killer diseases. From Enugu, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We'll take a break now. More reports in a moment. Welcome back. Medical experts from Nizamiye Hospital have sounded the alarm on the rising rates of cardiovascular diseases and infant mortality in Nigeria. Appearing on Good Morning Nigeria, the experts highlighted the critical importance of combining technical support, equipment, and expertise to deliver quality medical care.
Infant mortality. Now, the greatest contributor of infant mortality is prematurity. Therefore, if you have to tame or reduce infant mortality, you must provide for neonatal care, and neonatal care, especially the very high-risk group, which are the preterms. So, these mortalities, for some people, it will look like a statistics. You say, okay, we have 0.01% mortality. Remember that 0.01% is just a figure, but to the person involved is 100%.
The skilled physicians and team. So 10 years we are giving to this service, but every year we are increase our the service quality and expand the hospital. I want to give some sample, especially about the cardiac issue in Nigeria. Is the big problem. And in Nizamiye, we have 3 interventional cardiologists full-time. We are giving the service 24 hours and 7 days. If any cardiac issue, you can reach our consultant every time.
The hospital's groundbreaking achievements in providing 24-hour top-notch healthcare were showcased, including remarkable cases where premature babies were successfully cared for.
0.5 meals of food per hour. You need a gadget that will deliver that precisely. So those equipment make a lot of difference in achieving whatever target you want to achieve. And that's why we're able to beat even the so-called viability period. Legally in Nigeria, up to now, we are talking about 28 weeks gestation before you can say a baby is viable. But from our experience, especially the very recent experience, we've had 23-weeker survive with no complication and doing well.
It's a huge investment. It's not even one doctor. Some hospitals they cannot retain as a full-time doctor, but we have 3 full-time doctors and 2 on-call doctors. So what we actually want that anytime you call on us, that you get whatever you want. Not that okay, you call, okay, I have a problem. We said okay, the consultant will see you in so.
That's why I'm going to ask. How do you ensure seamless and timely interventions when people need it? Of course, cost also plays a role in all of this.
In all of this, yes. So these are the things where we have, like maybe time to time ask questionnaire, okay, from seeing a doctor to lab, all this, how many minutes you spend, because at the end of the day, we have to look at the areas where actually we are holding.
By prioritizing quality neonatal care, especially for high-risk cases, Nizamiye Hospital is working towards reducing infant mortality rates and providing vital support to families in need. For his unwavering contributions to the advancement of the National Open University of Nigeria, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has been honored with a foremost non-distinguished alumnus award of excellence. The award was conferred on him by the university's Alumni Association at his Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, Ogun State. Hakeem Jimoh reports.
Members of the Alumni Association of the National Open University of Nigeria from across the country converged on Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, to draw inspiration from the pool of knowledge and wealth of experience of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, whom they describe as a foremost Pan-African leader. Chief Obasanjo promised to garner support from stakeholders for the launch of an endowment fund by the institution for the execution of capital projects and presentation of awards, as well as prizes to deserving outstanding students of the school.
When university came up, so I've seen a number of purpose. It creates more avenue. It makes it convenient because you can be working and be studying. And I wanted to say that, well, I wouldn't have created it if I thought it was inferior. So let me taste what they thought is inferior.
The management team of the institution and the leadership of the association acknowledged that Chief Obasanjo is a visionary leader whose legacies will continue to linger on for years to come.
He has been a strong pillar sustaining that university, a strong advocate, and is a giant. He is known all over Africa. His word here and there can do magic.
And as an alumnus of the university, he have what it takes, to put the university forward.
A lot of graduates of NOUN who are our alumni, they are doing well in various phases in Nigeria and abroad. And we believe that tapping into, the endowment fund, giving back to us, we'll be able to do more.
A foremost distinguished award of excellence was conferred on Chief Obasanjo by the university for his unwavering contributions to the advancement of his alma mater, the National Open University of Nigeria. In Abeokuta, Hakeem Jimoh, NTA News.
You're watching the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Here is a quick recap of today's top stories. President Bola Tinubu inaugurates renovated International Conference Center after return from Salah holiday. Ministry of Art, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy secures about $300 million funding for infrastructure development. Kogi State government reaffirms commitment to combating crime, warns against politicizing insecurity. The Kogi State government extends and condoles the immediate family of the late Funsho Ganiyu Ibrahim, the Yagba East community, and all who were touched by his life and legacy. In a statement by the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Femi-Fanwo, describes Funsho Ganiyu Ibrahim as a man whose life embodied service, excellence, and integrity. As former executive chairman of Yagba East Local Government Area and former managing director of the defunct Trade Bank of Nigeria, Ibrahim was not only a trailblazing professional, but also a committed public servant who carried the torch of Yagba and Kogi State with pride across national platforms. The statement adds that as President, CEO of Fraji Nigeria Limited, and an alumnus of Leeds Metropolitan University, United Kingdom, his remarkable contributions to both the private and public sectors earned him widespread respect. The state governor, Ahmed Usman Ododo, and the good people of the state Pray God Almighty Allah grant him eternal rest and comfort all those he has left behind. And that's the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for joining us. I am Stella Inameti.